Hello, my name is Ricardo Morales, and I'm going to talk about offensive security and pen testing. What is offensive security and pen testing? Mostly, what people think about cybersecurity is the defensive part, how to protect ourselves in the network from attackers, from hackers. And after all, that's why cybersecurity specialists do defend ourselves from attackers in the network. But defense is only half of the equation. With the rising interest in the hacking cyber community, a, a lot of attackers in the community are getting very good at avoiding antivirus and the most common defense techniques. This means that the usual approach of cybersecurity that is just defense is not enough. That's why here it comes to the scene what is offensive security. That is the other side of cybersecurity. Offensive security, also known as red teaming or red hat hackers, they are the kind of cybersecurity of specialists that aggressively try to break into system by exploiting bugs, finding loopholes in the policies, and trying to do whatever they can to get access to the shell. Usually, offensive security specialists or pen testers, they have what it is known as a CEH or Certified Ethical Hacker. This person will use the same techniques, will have the same mindset as a cyber pirate or what is commonly known as a hacker. But the difference between these type of persons and hackers is the intent on what they do. What I mean by this is that a hacker, like a certified ethical hacker, they look vulnerabilities in the system before they are released. What I mean by this is they look vulnerabilities and they report it to the company, report it to the entity to be fixed before they are released to the common public. They also demonstrate flaws in the company, such as I don't know, like a banking company, an offensive security person. It is intended to go to the place or have access with a type of VPN and see what they can do in an a corporate ambient to see what flaws the system has, what they can't, I cannot do on the system, how they can access to special privileges, what information they can get from the system, even though if they are not authenticated as administrators. Basically, this is what these people do. Also, there is also like a small branch of offensive security and people in pen testing that is called bug hunting that I'm going to explain in the next slide. Bug bounty hunt. So this type of red teamers, maybe blue teamer, maybe purple teamers, is people that is thrilled about finding bugs in old and new releases in a system. What I mean by this is that they work a lot today in private and public sectors. These people are specialized on finding errors or finding bugs, on finding misleading information in certain type of pages or applications. So basically, what they do is they help to prevent that the criminal or the hacker or yeah, cyber pirate, uh, they help to prevent them to spot vulnerabilities and an early stage of deploying. This is really good for the bug bounty hunters because a lot of company has uh, they pay for reporting their bugs. For example, like it really depends on the bug on the type of issue that you find because they have like certain type of levels like minor, medium, high, critical, and depending on that, if you report it to the company, let's say Apple, if you report it to Microsoft, if you report it to whatever company, they will pay you back for reporting this issue to them before, I don't know, exploiting it because they are trying to make the system as secure as possible, and this is like let's say like a freelance on cybersecurity. It's a freelance branch on cybersecurity. Here we can see that there are like two pages. One is I mean, they're basically the same page. Both pictures taken from the same picture that is HackerOne. The web page is HackerOne. That here you can find like bug bounty programs that shows exactly uh, which company is paying for what. So here let's say, for example, BitMEX, they have low, medium, high, and critical issues, and that's the amount that they're gonna pay for each issue that you find as a bug bounty and that you report. It really depends on the characteristic of the bug or the issue that you report to the company, but like you can see here, you find a critical issue, you can get $10,000. You have in Agronic, if you find a critical issue, you can find $5,000. So this is like a really good job that pen testers like because it's like a freelance job that you don't have to work for anyone. You're still an ethical hacker because you are not stealing information. You're just trying to make a system more secure, but in a different way. You're not in the corporate idea of okay, I need to go to from Monday to Friday from 8 to 4 trying to look issues in a system. You're just doing it for fun in your free time, and a lot of times this becomes like a big job for the people and for the companies because these type of jobs of offensive security, like attacking the companies, attacking the applications, are helping a lot on the idea of developing a more secure system and making the system like in a whole, like the company, the clients, and everyone to have a complete security that the system is working as expected and it is not going wrong, like in terms of they can have like a backdoor to a cyber pirate hacker. They can have like a lot of information, a lot of exploits are store XXS vulnerabilities and whatever. So this is like a really big issue that we they help with just people that love cybersecurity and they don't want to work for a company, but they want to do cybersecurity in like in an ethical way. This is like the one of the best ways to do it. There are like a lot of more pages. I just put this one because I think it's the best one and it's the most known one by the hacker community. But you can just go online and Google for bug bounty programs, and you can find a lot of programs about that. You can also find a lot of certifications of certified bug bounty hacker. So it's like really crazy what you can do with these type of certifications. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Linux pen testing tools. Is basically what its name say. I'm just going to say like one of the most used tools, one of the tools that I use the most also during pen testing Linux machines. The first one and the most common one is Nmap. This is a network mapper tool that allows discovery hosts in any network. So basically, it can tell you if you're in a network, it can tell you which machine is active and it can tell you more exactly which type of machine is that it is active. Um, Basically, Nmap is the world's most famous network mapper tool. It allows you to discover a lot of information about the ports and relevant information about pen testing. This is port scanning, operative system detection. As you can see in the picture, it is showing that the port 21, that is FPT, that is file transfer protocol, it's open, saying that it has like a backdoor with a vulnerable, exploitable CEE. So yeah, it's a tool that is like really useful in Linux. Most of people use it also in Windows. The next tool is limpis.sh. For the people that don't know what is .sh, that is Bash scripting. So this is a really big script in Bash that is automated. So basically, it looks for vulnerabilities slash escalations to root user by checking all the privileges that you as a current user in a machine you have. It looks misconfiguration files, it looks password files, it looks a lot of files that can let you think, and it will show you important information. As you can see here, what is like in orange, red, and yellow red. That's like the most important information. What is in white is normal information, blue is information to look. So it is a really useful tool for privilege escalation in Linux that is used by almost any people in cybersecurity field.
Hi, my name is Jordan Berger, and I'll be talking about web pen test tools and the Windows pen test tools for the offensive security. Here's a list of web pen test tools I researched on Google. First, we have the NetSparker. This scanner can identify vulnerabilities such as SQL injection and cross-site scripting in web applications and web APIs, and it's also able to verify the identified vulnerabilities to prove if they are real or are not. Next, we have a context. It's a scanner that detects and reports over 4,500 web applications vulnerabilities. Next, we have the Core Impact. This tool has complete audit trail, including PowerShell commands, and can retest a client simply by replaying the audit trail. And lastly, we have the Indus-based WASP. Indus-based WASP can check links, malware, and defacement checks of the website in every scan. Next, we have the Windows pen test tools. The two tools I chose are Wireshark and Nikto. Let me start off with Wireshark. Wireshark enables us to analyze network protocols and network traffic at a micro level. With this tool, we can know what's going on in our organization network by capturing the network packets, decrypting them, and viewing the actual content. Next, we have Nikto. Nikto can detect insecure files, outdated server software, as well as several misconfigurations that are easily explained. In my opinion, I think Nikto is a great tool. Because it'll be easy to detect insecure. It'll be easy to detect viruses on computers.
Okay, now I'm just gonna present like an easy example on a Windows machine on the platform Hack the Box to show how a misconfiguration on the files can be like really damaging for any system or any corporation. Okay, here what you're seeing is a screenshot of an mmap command sent to a specific port that is the port of the machine. Here is basically that I want to scan all the ports and I'm sending some default scripts to find some useful information about the machine. As you can see, what is in yellow is telling me that it has two ports open. The first is port 21, that is port FPT, that is file transfer protocol, and it upsets an anonymous login. We can see also from the scan of nmap that it has a shell, a value, it has something of IIS, that is Microsoft Internet Services, and it has some extra information. Also, we can infer that the port 80, that is also running Microsoft Internet Information Services, is the content of this web port is saved in the FPT in this folder that is showing everything about Internet Information Services. Here we are just connecting with a simple command FPT and the IP address. Here it's gonna ask us for a password and a username because the nmap scan tell us that it accepts anonymous login, so we're logging in as anonymous and we're setting any password because it doesn't actually need a password. and you can see that it is successful, and you can see on what is in red, and it is telling you that it has a directory as net client, and it has some information about IIS start HTML that is like related to what is on the web page. For the people that don't know, port 80 is port HTTP and port 443 is HTTPS. Because this is a virtual machine and this is a virtual environment, like we don't have like signed certificates, so that's why most of virtual environments have port 80 instead of port 443 open. So here what we just did, we just went to the IP address that we have, that is the port, nmap scan is telling us that the port 80, I mean HTTP, that means web server is open. So if we go to the web server, we can just see a picture. If we click on F12 or Control C, you can see the code of the web page, and you can infer that the name of the image is the one that is in the FPT port, that is welcome.png. So we can now completely say 100% sure that this page is saved on the FPT port. Because FPT, file transfer protocol, is a like a port that allows you to upload and download information from the server. So basically what I did was I created an HTML file with the word test, and I uploaded through the FPT to the web server because we already inferred that the information is connected between the two ports. And I just went to the IP slash the script that I created that is in HTML, checking if I can upload some information to the web server as well. You can go to the GitHub in SecList, or you can go to Pentest Monkey, and you can find multiple ways. Also with MFS Venom, you can find multiple ways on how to create a web shell. And basically what I did, I created a web shell and I uploaded to the web server here, cmd.aspx. ASPX is a special format that we uploaded to the web server because it is running specifically IIS, and that type of web pages upsets for sure ASPX files. That's why we uploaded a shell in this format. As you can see, the command whoami is the command that is telling you who is running the machine on that exam point, and we can see that we are in as ESS pool slash web user. So basically what we need to do right here is to uh, gain access as a user through a better shell. So what we're going to do is going to upload a reverse shell. We're going to run it from the web server, and hopefully we're going to get a callback on the reverse shell on our main shell. To run this command, that is netcat. Netcat is another useful tool to connect back to your main attacking machine from an attacked machine. So to use this command, first we need to upload also netcat through the FPT, and then knowing the direct path of where is the file, you just need to run the command that is netcat minus ecmd, the IP port, the IP address, and the IP port that you're gonna use. You just make a listener on your main machine, on your Linux machine usually, in my case Parrot. And as you can see on the picture, I execute the command and I got shell to the computer. As a pen tester, what you need to do is always try to get administrator or root privileges. So here we just go to the users folder and we look the users that are available, that is administrator, babies, classic, and public. So we can see on the picture that we don't have any access to any of the two important users that will be babies or administrators. Here we send a command on Windows that is system info that it will print all the important information related to the system. On the console, here we can see the operative system, some uh, keys. We can see on the day, on where it's running, a lot of important stuff about the machine. Here we can see that the machine is, the name is Devil and the operative system is Windows 7 Enterprise and is showing us the exact build of the version. So with this, what we can do is look for an exploit for that exact version because it is not like a new version. Is we are already in all on Windows 11, so Windows 7 for sure is gonna have some way, some type of vulnerability or exploitation. Here we just look for the exact build of the Windows system, and we can see that we can find in exploit database, GitHub, we can have like a lot of files already compiled, some scripts that are already working for sure on trying to make and get a privilege escalation on this type of machines. So here we just got like to a website on the previous page. We just find the exact version. It usually shows you the version in a C++ file. What you need to do is compile it on your, I don't know, Visual Studio or in the console with GCC. And basically, we compile the file, we upload it to the machine again through FTP, and we just run the command. And basically, it says that we are NT authority system. That means that we are now administrators of the system. Basically, this platform is guiding us through flags. So you have the user flag and the administrator flags. I'm not showing you the flags because it is not allowed the by Hack the Box. But basically, as anti-authority system, you are root of the system. You can change, alter, or do whatever you need to this new system just hacked.
There are four major ways to learn about cybersecurity. Number one being certificate programs, which will allow you to be certified in many or one specific topic. Two is college courses, which are offered in many different universities around the United States. Three being YouTube, which is mainly meant for beginners since it gives a general or broad topic that is covered. Four being internships, which are more meant for people who have participated in one or all three of the previous ways to learn cybersecurity. One of the many ways to gain knowledge in the field of cybersecurity is to enroll in an accredited certification program. Udemy is a website that has many different certification programs, including cybersecurity, which typically range between $80 to $200 for the more accredited ones. CompTIA also has Security Plus, which is in 3 levels from basic, e-learning, and bootcamp, ranging from $550 to $2,500. The last one mentioned is CEH, or Certified Ethical Hacker, and that spans from about $1,100 to $1,200. Both CEH and CompTIA typically encompass more topics than the Udemy courses listed previous. The following are a few colleges in Florida alone that offer associate's level, bachelor's level, and master's level degrees in cybersecurity. For associates, there is Miami-Dade College, Pasco Hernando State College, and St. Leo University. For bachelor's, there is Florida Polytechnic University, Miami-Dade College, and the University of West Florida. And finally, for master's degree, there is Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Florida International University, and Florida State University. These are not the only colleges in Florida that offer these levels of courses in cybersecurity. However, these are some of the most accredited ones by cybersecurity specialists. Over time, YouTube has become a reliable source of information. Nowadays, you can find multiple free courses relaying beginner and, in some instances, advanced level information to anyone willing to watch. These two courses to the right are, at the top, Ethical Hacking in 12 Hours by the Cyber Mentor, and at the bottom, Cybersecurity Full Course for Beginners by MyCS. These courses are in one video, and you can learn at least the beginner information to start learning about cybersecurity. Other YouTube channels include IPPSEC, John Hammond, and Live Overflow. Internships can be a great way to learn from others who are more well-versed in cybersecurity than you are. They also count as job experience, which can be needed for certain certificate programs/jobs in the future. Getting an internship can even count as college credit in some higher-level degree programs. Getting an internship can be troubling, however, considering some require at least beginner-level knowledge, college experience, or even prior internship experience. Internships are also extremely competitive, and there typically are not many available at a given time. At the time of making this slide, there were only about 300 open internships available on Indeed.com.